When you hit a certain age, the IRS steps in and says it's time to take money out of those retirement accounts, whether you want to or not. That's called required minimum distributions, or RMDs. And here's the problem. If you don't plan for them, they're going to sneak up on you. They can push you into higher tax brackets, cause you to pay more in taxes than you ever expected, and potentially limit your flexibility in retirement. I've seen it too many times. Retirees get caught off guard by this, and all of a sudden, they're taking more money than they ever planned to. So in today's video, I'm going to show you 6 smart strategies to reduce your RMDs. And ultimately, the goal here is to keep more of your hard-earned money instead of sending that to the IRS. Hey everyone, I'm Jim Martin. I'm the founder of Martin Wealth Solutions, where we help people plan well and retire happy. Now, before we get into the 6 strategies, there are 2 big things I need you to understand first. Number 1, not everyone needs to worry about RMDs. If you're already planning to withdraw more from your IRA than the IRS requires, RMDs aren't going to be an issue. For example, let's say you're taking $40,000 a year out of your IRA, but your RMD is only $20,000. Well, you're already above that number. So no harm, no foul, no real planning there. The real problem is when your RMD is more than you actually need. What if you only wanted to take $40,000, but the IRS says, nope, you've got to take out $120,000. Suddenly, you're paying way more in taxes and potentially draining your accounts faster than you ever planned. That's when RMD planning becomes critical. Number 2, your retirement should be about life first and taxes second. It's easy to get caught up in strategies, spreadsheets, and tax projections, but nobody sits down at the end of their retirement and says, wow, what a life. I really nailed those Roth conversions. Retirement success, well, it's about experiences, in my opinion. Travel, family, hobbies, health, freedom. Tax planning should support those goals, not get in the way. So keep that in mind as we go through these 6 strategies. The goal isn't just to reduce taxes, it's to create a retirement where you can live fully, confidently, and with peace of mind. So let's jump right in. The first strategy, well, it's the most well-known, Roth conversions. Here's the idea. When you retire, most people will see their income drop. You go from your peak earnings year, a period where you may not even be collecting Social Security or taking big withdrawals because you're living on other sources of income. And that creates what I like to call a tax window. And during that window, your taxable income might be much lower than it'll be later when RMDs and Social Security kick in. So instead of waiting for the IRS to tell you when you have to take chunks of money out, either at age 73, 74, 75, you can choose to convert some of your IRA money into a Roth earlier. We refer to that as strategic RMD planning. Yes, you're going to pay taxes on the conversion now, but you'll likely pay taxes at a lower rate than you would later. And once the money's in a Roth IRA, that's where the magic happens. They begin to grow tax-free. And here's the best part. RMDs are never attached to those dollars. Think of it like a tax rate arbitrage. If you know future you is going to pay 28 or 32% in taxes, but today you can convert at 12 or 22%, that might be a pretty good trade-off. It's one of the most powerful ways to manage future RMDs. The second strategy, consider waiting till age 70 to collect Social Security. Now, this doesn't automatically lower your RMDs, but what it does do is extend that tax window we just talked about. If you retire at 65 and you immediately take Social Security like most people do, you've added taxable income right into your life right away. And that leaves you with less wiggle room, if you will, to do Roth conversions without pushing you into those higher tax brackets. But if you delay your Social Security until age 70 and you use cash savings, a brokerage account, or even part-time income to bridge those years, you might give yourself an extra 5-year window to lower your taxable income. That's 5 extra years to do Roth conversions at a potentially lower tax rate. Plus, when you do start to collect Social Security, the benefit's higher. And here's the bonus. Not all of your Social Security income is taxable, so it's often more tax efficient than IRA withdrawals. So for many people, this strategy creates a double benefit, a bigger Social Security benefit and a lot more room for Roth conversions. Again, you've got to use this within the context of a plan to make sure it makes sense. The third strategy is perfect if giving is part of your life plan. Qualified Charitable Distributions, otherwise known as QCDs. Once you reach 7.5, you can send money directly from your IRA to a qualified charity. That money counts towards your RMD, but you don't pay taxes on it. Let's start with a simple example. Let's say your RMD is $40,000 this year. And then let's say you were already planning on giving $10,000 to the church or charity of your choice. If you withdrew the full $40,000, you're going to pay taxes on that entire $40,000. But instead, if you send $10,000 directly from your IRA to your charity, your RMD amount is now only $30,000. And that's all you have to pay taxes on. That reduces your taxable income and lowers your tax bill. And you can do up to $100,000 per spouse this way per year. So if giving is part of your values, let QCDs support your causes you care about and reduce your RMDs at the same time. Now, before we jump into the fourth strategy, if you're enjoying this video, do me a huge favor, hit that like button and the subscribe button. It lets other people learn about us and it really helps our channel grow. We'd really appreciate it. Now let's move to the fourth strategy. Keep working past age 73 if you want to. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not suggesting or telling anyone they should work just for tax reasons. But if you enjoy what you do and you're not more than a 5% owner of a company, you generally don't have to take an RMD from your current employer's 401k plan. This can give you more time before the IRS forces you to begin taking RMDs. So if you're still working at 74 or 75 and contributing to a company plan, you may be able to delay RMDs from that account. Again, it's not a reason to stay in a job you dislike, but it's a nice perk if you're still working because you want to. The fifth strategy, pay attention to where your investments are located. Most people think about asset allocation, the mix between stocks and bonds and cash and other assets. But few people, even few advisors, think about asset location. And here's what I mean. Suppose your overall portfolio is 70% stocks and 30% bonds. Most people spread that same mix across every account, their IRA, their Roth IRA, and their brokerage account. But what if you thought more differently? What if you put more conservative investments like bonds inside of your IRA and more aggressive growth-oriented investments inside of your Roth? Again, this isn't investment advice, it's just an idea. Why does this matter? Because your IRA is subjected to RMDs. And if it grows slower, your RMDs may be smaller. Meanwhile, your Roth will never have RMDs. It grows faster. The end result, you still keep your portfolio balanced, but you're shifting growth away from your account that creates tax problems and into an account that doesn't. That's called smart asset location. Again, I'm not suggesting you take more or less risk. I'm suggesting you take the same risk amongst different accounts. Now, the sixth strategy, think about your heirs. This one matters most if you have a large IRA. Let's say you've built up your IRA to $2.5 million. You take required minimum distributions each year, and by the time you pass, maybe that account is worth $5 million. Your kids inherit it. Under today's rules, they have to withdraw the entire account within 10 years. That means they might be pulling out close to $500,000 or more, often during their own peak earning year. That tax hit, it can be massive. So what can you do? Well, one option is to be more aggressive with Roth conversions during your lifetime, not just for your benefit, but for theirs. Another option in special cases is to use tools like charitable remainder trust, which can provide income to your heirs for life and leave a legacy to a charity. Now, that's more advanced tax planning, but it shows how thinking ahead can save your family from those big tax headaches later on in life. So let's recap. If you want to reduce the impact of RMDs, here are 6 strategies to consider. Number 1, Roth conversions during your tax window. Number 2, delay Social Security to extend that window. 3, consider using qualified charitable donations, QCDs. 4, keep working if you enjoy it. 5, be strategic with asset location. And number 6, plan ahead for your heirs. Remember, not all these will apply to you. The key is to find the right mix that fits with your life goals, your tax situation, and your vision for retirement. Look, at our firm, this is exactly what we help our clients do every day. Create a plan that balances income, taxes, investments, legacy, and the retirement you've always dreamed of, so you can retire with confidence and you can make sure you have the smoothest glide path possible. If you want to learn more about what we do, head out to martinwealth.com. Hey, my name is Jim Martin with Martin Wealth. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video. Take care.